Yeah, stop it, stop it.
Go ahead.
You know good well, you know walking to him had already won like 11 games before he got hurt, so stop that. The division was already sold up, because remember.
I don't know about that.
Skip, y'all had missed that. Y'all had missed.
They lost that Rams game that day.
Zeke was done. So you guys were done. So that being said.
We finished 9-7. I don't know.
How is 9-7 close to 14-2?
Well, they kept winning.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if they just fallen on their face?
Dak, walking to him had already won 11 games. You guys won 9. How can you get to more than that? You couldn't. But anyway, as I was saying, Skip, hey, let's look. And this is what Zeke knows. And I told you this, Skip. I don't know why your head's so hard. I know you don't like steak. You don't like, you like steak, you don't like biscuits. Right? You don't like biscuits. But
I used to.
Zeke,
I like them. I just wouldn't eat them.
Zeke says I'm
like
fly. Zeke's, I had some. Actually, I had some on Saturday. But Skip, Zeke knows he's the focal point of the offense. With 3 first pick offensive linemen, the way they structured this offense is that they run Zeke and then they play action pass off of it, or they boot off of it. See, Skip, you said that once Amari got there, Dak took off. Well, Jerry's looking at it like, okay, you a dependent player also. You keep saying Amari plays a dependent position, but you're very dependent because Tom Brady don't need that. Tom Brady don't need no number 1.
There's only one.
That's what he's saying. But Dak is looking at, but Dak sees all these other guys. He's like, Matthew Stafford ain't won no division. He got paid. First Cousins, he got 1 division, and he got 84 fully guaranteed. He's looking around and walking to him. How much you get, Skip? You know how much he got. He got 108 guaranteed, right?
Nobody has 108 guaranteed.
Oh, Dak about to.
No.
Dak about to get 108.5. $108,050,000. That's what Dak gonna get. Just eat up all that cap.
We'll see.
And then Amari said, hold on. Michael Thomas got what? 20 million? And Zeke like, hold on, wait a minute. You mean to tell me TG for 100 got 45, making what, 16, 17 a year? Le'Veon making 15, 16 a year? And y'all want me to get Devontae Freeman money, like $8 million? Bro, you know what? Don't even call my phone. Hey, he tell his agent, hey, Rock, don't even answer the phone. If the Cowboys, if you see anything, what's Cowboy area code? 914?
Dallas?
Yeah.
214.
214.
And then there's whatever else. 817. I can't remember what the one is north.
If any area code that seems to be in the Dallas area, the Frisco area, don't answer it. Because that's Jerry and Steven, and they call it with bull jive. So until they put something reasonable on the table, we not talking. He in Cabo having a good old time. Skip, you know they have a good time in Cabo.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to start with the Jerry quote that we just heard.
Okay.
I loved it. I buy it. I believe in it. And I must say, I've spent so much time around Jerry that sometimes you need a decoder to translate what he says. Sometimes you have to speak Jerry to even begin to comprehend what Jerry says. Sometimes, if you look hard enough and you understand the syntax of what he's saying, there's wisdom somewhere in all those convoluted, confounding phrases that he speaks. Especially when he's talking about money, but it's hard to find it usually until that quote. That was as direct a quote from Jerry Jones as I've ever heard. It was simple and it was accessible because he just laid it on the table, and he knew it was so profound, he repeated it. He said, think about that, and said it again. And the point is obviously the results are too good for them and too good for the Cowboys. A deal is going to get made, which is why he says he has literally no concern, zero concern on the part of Jerry Jones that a deal will get done with Zeke. And that's the biggest sticking point right now in your mind is how do you pay him and the other guys?
Correct.
But there's only one guy who's holding out. There's only one guy in Cabo right now and not with the team in training camp, and that is Ezekiel Elliott. So to me, this is something that your grandfather or grandmother might have said to you. Like, it's real simple, Shannon.
It is.
They need this and you need this. So this is just going to happen at some point.
Making
$35
million a
right?
year,
Yeah, but Skip,
as
the way they
opposed to
phrase
making
it like this,
15 million.
you can
a
do
year.
it,
Me
or I can
before,
cut you.
it's
You
just
know
about
what?
The principle
So
to
I think-
LeBron of, I need to
That was the
say
choice I
I
had.
make the max.
Do it. No,
It's
but
important to
okay.
his
I do it.
Players
Yeah.
Association.
Okay,
so
that
this
he
was to
make
me
the max.
country
Tom Brady's
Confucius.
saying
Yes.
He is country. He
I
is
care about-
Arkansas born and bred.
He is.
But when it comes to capology or contractology, he has genius about him. So he's done this his whole long career since 1989, running the Dallas Cowboys. Every year he's doing contractual battles and impasses
Correct.
with various stars. It happens on schedule every year. It's what he does best and what he relishes most. So think about this. You're just going to have to, I'm talking to Cowboy Nation, not to you, head of the Cowboy haters, but you're just going to have to wait it out. You're going to have to sweat it out. You're just going to have to let it play out. But I'm not even going to get a little anxious before Labor Day. Labor Day might be D-Day. Labor Day might be the day in which your countdown starts into the week before the season
what
opens,
happened?
September 8th.
And Jerry says the results are too good. Jerry's trying to say the money that these guys can make and the reward for us, the results be the Super Bowl, they're just too good. They got to happen. They got to come together. But then what happens, Skip? Zeke doesn't show up Labor Day.
We'll see. I say he will. And I've told you, and again, the running backs coach, Gary Brown, has been quoted as saying, Zeke has that football makeup.
Yeah.
He wants to be in camp
does.
with the fellas.
Yeah.
He wants to be out on the practice field. He loves it.
Yeah,
I told you, Emmitt Smith never really loved that part of football. Zeke does.
Well, it was a different time back then.
Yep.
Because, you know, they was hitting people back then.
They were. That's true.
And you know how Jimmy's practices work. They ain't like this cream puff stuff.
How many goal line drills did I see
Exactly.
in camp practice?
Exactly.
And it was serious
Because
business.
back then, Jimmy was all about toughness. Jimmy was always about trimming the fat. Jimmy wanted pure meat on his team. I need to know that when the rubber needs to meet the road in the fourth quarter or overtime or late in the ball game, I need to know who I can count on. So that's why you had those Oklahomas, those goal line drills. That's why you had on 9 on 7.
The Thursday before their first Super Bowl against Buffalo after the '92 season, they came back to the hotel, which was in Santa Monica right here in Los Angeles, because they're going to play in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. And I ran into a couple players in the lobby who were so irate they were ready to quit, to rebel, because they had gone full pads practice, high contact on Thursday ahead of the Super Bowl. Wow. In this day and age, that would never ever happen.
No.
Because the players just wouldn't stand for it.
No.
They just might mutiny.
So I don't know if Emmett didn't love practice. He didn't like doing those half-line drills where there was no threat of the pass.
Okay.
But Skip.
Zeke seems to like that.
But they don't have that. They don't cut that out. They done made it so. This is why all these quarterbacks didn't want to play until they're 45, 50, because they don't get to get hit anymore, even in the game. But at the end of the day, Skip, the man wants his money. Now, you can get him in camp. All you got to do is, Skip, I feel very comfortable. If you give this man $1 more than what Todd Gurley got, Zeke's on a plane right now.
Okay. I sensed some thawing on the part of Jerry Jones yesterday with that comment. He had dug in all last week, and it seemed contentious. It seemed confrontational. It seems like challenges were laid down, like the line got drawn in the sand out here in Southern California. You better be here or not, right? And that felt like, we'll get this done.
Exactly. And the thing is, Skip, is the difference. You got 2 running backs holding out right now. You got Zeke for the Cowboys, and you got Melvin Gordon of the Chargers. Now, Melvin Gordon is not the centerpiece of that offense. Phillip Rivers is throwing the ball all over the field. They feel that they have two backups that can come in, and that if they give the amount of carries that they gave Melvin Gordon, can give them that kind of production. Well, the Cowboys know. Yeah, you just signed Alfred Morris, and you drafted 2 guys, I think one in the 4th round and one in the 7th round.
That's correct.
But that's not Zeke. Zeke's a different animal. And so Zeke is in a more favorable position than Melvin Gordon. So Zeke is like, when y'all serious, Steven, because, you know, Steven does really the negotiating. He does the money.
He's doing bad cop.
Right.
Yeah.
Jerry is doing the talking. So, you know, you got like the police, you got the police department, and then you got a spokesman. Everybody got a job to do here, Skip. But, hey, Jerry's job is like, you know, he's giving you updates of what's going on. The results are too good. That's what he said. The results are too good for this not to happen, Skip. And Steven is like, I need discounts.
Okay.
And the guy's like, I don't give discounts.
Jerry's years are starting to dwindle.
Oh,
He's
absolutely
76. He has talked often lately about his mortality, not his football mortality, his life mortality. So he's got a big stake in this Zeke deal.
Sure.
Wouldn't you think there's some urgency on the part of the owner?
Skip, it is, but Jerry is so charismatic. Think about this, Skip. He was Gil Brandt's presenter. He fired Gil Brandt.
Don't get me started. I'm going to bite my tongue because Gil got his moment.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah, because he was sitting up there talking about this guy. I think this guy's over his head. You can't. I mean, you said that. You really said that. But Skip, think about it. Emmett, all the guys.
I should say Jerry should have fired Gil. Go ahead. Yes.
But I'm just saying it just goes to show you that he's so charismatic that even that when he fires you, like, you know what? I deserve to be fired.
Right.
I brought that on myself. And then 30 years later.
Just remember, if you give Jerry a shot on national TV, he'll say, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly. But and Jerry, and he said it, and he said, like, who would have thought that we'd come full circle?
Yep.
A guy that I fired basically 30 years to the day is that here I am in Canton. At his greatest moment, I'm his presenter.
Last quick point.
Okay.
Jerry knows full well he doesn't really want Zeke in camp to begin with. He's hoping that Zeke is at his own personal boot camp in Cabo, where he went for those 6 games that he was suspended, and he got in pretty good shape.
He looked better. He looked better coming back than he did when he left.
They got a state-of-the-art facility in Cabo that he is now using, says Dak, and when they text each day. So why would you want Zeke on the practice field risking one of those freakish can't practice injuries where you say, oh, my God, what happened, right?
Right.
Where you say, where did that come from?
I don't want that.
So I think Jerry's happy he's in Cabo for now. And then that week before the season, he's going to want him in Dallas.
But the thing is, Skip, the only thing I hate about, because you're not doing, I don't know if Zeke is practicing in helmets and shoulder pads. I don't know if he's going through what, exactly. So what you worry about, Skip, is one of these little nagging little tweaks.